The moments where life seems to blur into monotony, repeating itself in cycles that seem unbreakable, can be overwhelming. Days blend into nights, leaving you wondering if there's more to this existence than just getting by. You might have promised yourself time and again that you'd change, that this would be the year you finally rewrite your story. Yet something always pulls you back, whether it's the comfort of old habits or the fear of stepping into the unknown. But what if this new year, 2025, isn't just another tick on the calendar? What if it could be the year that truly defines you? This year is your invitation to embark on a journey of reinvention, one grounded in resilience, clarity, and purpose. Stoicism, with its profound yet simple principles, holds the keys to uncovering strength, navigating adversity, and aligning with what truly matters. These aren't abstract ideals or lofty philosophies. They're real, lived lessons, forged through challenges, shaped by wisdom, and ready to guide you toward a life you'll reflect on with pride. Imagine stepping into a version of yourself that feels balanced, focused, and powerful. It won't be easy, but every step will bring you closer to a version of life that's not just worth living, but inspiring. So take a deep breath, let the world quiet for a moment, and join me on this path. You'll find the transformation you've been waiting for, but only if you're ready to claim it. Your mind is a sanctuary, but how often do we let it become cluttered with complaints, distractions, and negativity? Every time we dwell on frustration or engage in gossip, it's as though we're willingly dragging ourselves into a pit of our own making. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that we have power over our minds, not the outside events that surround us. That realization, simple as it sounds, is one of the most liberating truths. The moment you embrace it, you open the door to a lighter, freer life. Think about the last time you caught yourself complaining. Maybe it was during a chaotic commute or after a long, draining day at work. Did venting truly make things better? Or did it feel as though your energy was being siphoned away, leaving you more entangled in your frustrations? Complaints, while often disguised as harmless venting, quietly erode our peace. But what if you tried something radical? What if you replaced complaints with silence? This isn't the silence of defeat, but the kind born of strength, a conscious refusal to let negativity shape your world. In this stillness, you find clarity. Solutions begin to emerge where there was once only noise, and you start to notice the beauty and creativity that come with a focused mind. Others will be drawn to you, not because of any effort to please them, but because of the peace you radiate. You'll become the type of person who uplifts others simply by being present. This transformation begins within, with the courage to create space in your mind for what truly matters. Once you begin this journey, it's impossible to look back. You'll see the world and yourself differently, realizing that clarity and inner freedom were always within your reach, waiting for you to claim them. But what happens when the source of negativity isn't just your thoughts, but the people around you? Some connections lift us, inspire us, and encourage us to be our best selves, while others weigh us down, leaving us drained and doubting our worth. It's not easy to admit when a relationship has turned toxic, especially when that bond once brought joy, but holding on too long can prevent you from growing, keeping you trapped in cycles that stifle your spirit. Picture your life as a flourishing garden. Toxic relationships are the weeds that choke out the vibrant flowers struggling to grow. Removing them isn't easy, but it's essential. This doesn't mean shutting yourself off from everyone who challenges you. It means discerning between those who challenge you to grow and those who seek to diminish you. Sometimes the hardest lesson is learning when to let go. Imagine a friend who constantly downplays your dreams, urging you to be realistic, when deep down you know their words stem from their own insecurities. Over time, this kind of negativity seeps into your self-image, dimming your ambitions. The act of stepping away, while painful, is a gift you give yourself, a declaration that you deserve relationships rooted in respect and encouragement. But it's not just toxic relationships that hold us back. Often, the most formidable barriers are the habits we've allowed to take root in our lives. These habits, seemingly harmless at first, slowly erode our potential. They are the silent thieves of time, energy, and fulfillment. Breaking free begins with honesty. Look closely at your habits and ask yourself if they serve the person you want to become. Perhaps you found yourself lost in endless hours of scrolling through social media. Knowing full well that the time could be better spent elsewhere. Recognizing this isn't about guilt, but about empowerment. Once you understand what drives these habits, be it fear, boredom, or a craving for comfort, you can start to dismantle them. Change doesn't require monumental effort. It thrives in small, intentional actions. If your goal is better health, begin by preparing a single nourishing meal. If your aim is to break free from procrastination, set a timer for just 10 focused minutes of work. These simple steps, repeated daily, become the foundation for transformation. Each choice you make is a vote for the person you're striving to be, and over time, you'll find that discipline becomes second nature. But transformation isn't just about discipline, it's also about shifting your perspective. Too often, we let the weight of our challenges overshadow the beauty in our lives. Gratitude, as simple as it sounds, can be a beacon in even the darkest times. It's not about denying your pain or ignoring your struggles. It's about finding the flickers of light amidst them. Consider the profound simplicity of waking up and appreciating the gift of a new day, the soft warmth of the sun, the quiet moment before the world stirs to life, or the comforting presence of someone who cares. These are treasures we often overlook. Gratitude isn't about waiting for monumental moments. It's about savoring the small, everyday experiences that remind us of life's inherent richness. When gratitude becomes a habit, it transforms not only your perspective, but also your relationships. A heartfelt thank you can heal wounds, strengthen bonds, and remind others that their efforts matter. In embracing gratitude, you're not just enriching your own life, you're creating a ripple effect that touches everyone around you. Through these practices, clarity of mind, meaningful connections, freedom from harmful habits, and a spirit of gratitude, you begin to carve a path toward a life of substance and fulfillment. This is the year to embrace that journey fully. As you take each step, remember that even the smallest actions carry the power to transform your life in ways you never imagined. When you wake up each morning, do you feel ready to take on the world, or does the weight of your daily responsibilities make you hesitate? Imagine instead starting each day with a sense of purpose, your body energized and your mind clear. This isn't some far-fetched fantasy, it's the natural outcome of prioritizing your physical and mental health. Health is more than just numbers on a scale or the results of a medical checkup. It's the foundation of everything you aspire to achieve, the fuel that powers your dreams. Caring for yourself doesn't require monumental changes. It begins with small, intentional acts. A simple glass of water to rehydrate your body, a 10-minute walk to clear your mind, or a mindful moment of stillness can make a profound difference. These actions are declarations of self-respect, a quiet acknowledgement that you are worthy of care and attention. Over time, these small gestures accumulate, transforming not just your health, but how you show up in every area of your life. When your body is strong, you're better equipped to face challenges, both big and small. When your mind is calm and focused, you can approach problems with clarity, making decisions that align with your values. Together, these qualities create a foundation for resilience, enabling you to thrive rather than merely survive. But self-care doesn't stop with physical health. Your mental well-being is just as critical. Creating boundaries is an essential act of self-care. Saying no to things that drain your energy is not selfish. It's necessary. By preserving your mental clarity and emotional strength, you create space for the things that truly matter. Life is far too short to neglect yourself. Each day is a fresh opportunity to nurture your body and mind, and even the smallest effort can lead to meaningful change. But sustaining this effort requires something deeper: discipline. Discipline is not about harsh self-denial or relentless effort. It's about building small, consistent habits that align with your goals. Imagine committing to a new routine, such as waking up early for exercise. On the first day, your resolve is strong and you feel unstoppable. But as the days progress, the novelty fades and the temptation to skip a day becomes overwhelming. It's in these moments that discipline proves its worth. Discipline is what carries you forward when motivation falters. It's the steady flame that burns even when the winds of doubt blow strong. By creating simple rituals, laying out your clothes the night before, or setting your alarm across the room, you can anchor your commitment. Over time, these small actions compound, transforming your goals from distant aspirations into tangible realities. But don't let the pursuit of discipline trap you in the cycle of perfectionism. Perfectionism is the silent saboteur, convincing you that everything must be flawless before you even begin. It whispers that you're not ready, that you need more preparation or better circumstances. But Stoicism reminds us that the perfect moment may never come. Waiting for perfection is often an excuse to delay action. Instead, embrace the power of imperfect action. Take the first step, no matter how small or uncertain. In doing so, you'll learn and grow far more than you ever could by standing still. Failure is not something to fear, but a stepping stone towards success. Each misstep is a lesson, each setback an opportunity to refine your approach. The beauty of imperfection lies in its authenticity. It's a reminder that growth is not about being flawless, but about being willing to try, to fall, and to rise again. Let go of the need to get everything right on the first try. Instead, focus on progress. Each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goals. This shift in mindset is liberating, freeing you from the paralysis of overthinking and the burden of unrealistic expectations. Imagine how your life might change if you no longer feared failure. What dreams could you pursue? What risks might you take? Growth is not a destination but a journey, and along the way learning becomes your greatest ally. A commitment to lifelong learning opens the door to endless possibilities. It's a mindset that transforms every experience, even the difficult ones, into an opportunity for growth. Think back to a time when you faced a setback. Perhaps you made a mistake at work or had a disagreement with a loved one. Instead of dwelling on regret, what if you paused to reflect on what the experience could teach you? Every failure carries within it the seeds of wisdom. When you approach life with curiosity and an openness to learn, even the toughest challenges become bearable. Learning doesn't have to be confined to classrooms or books. It can be found in conversations, observations, and the quiet moments of introspection. Each day offers a new lesson, but only if you're willing to look for it. As you embrace this spirit of learning, you'll find that growth becomes a natural part of your life. Like a river carving its path through stone, the small, consistent actions you take each day will shape your future in profound ways. But growth is not just about acquiring new skills or knowledge. It's about applying what you've learned to create a life of meaning and purpose. Take a moment to reflect on how you spend your time. Are your days filled with activities that align with your values and aspirations, or do they slip away in a blur of distractions? Time is the most precious resource we have, and how we use it determines the quality of our lives. Imagine waking up each day with a clear sense of purpose, knowing exactly what you want to accomplish. This clarity comes from mastering your time, treating it as the invaluable asset it is. Begin by setting intentions for your day. Identify the 3 most important tasks that will move you closer to your goals, and tackle them when your energy is at its peak. Learn to say no to commitments that don't serve you, protecting your time for what truly matters. And don't forget to pause and recharge. Rest is not a luxury. It's a necessity for maintaining focus and energy. Mastering your time isn't about cramming more into your schedule. It's about being intentional, ensuring that each moment contributes to the life you want to create. By aligning your time with your values, you'll find that even the busiest days can feel meaningful and fulfilling. Time, once lost, cannot be reclaimed. But by using it wisely, you can create a life rich with purpose and joy. This is your moment to take control, to transform your habits, your mindset, and your daily choices into a foundation for the life you've always envisioned. Each step you take is a testament to your strength and resilience, a declaration that you're ready to rise above the ordinary and embrace the extraordinary. Your journey is just beginning, and the possibilities are limitless. The question is, are you ready to take the next step? Imagine standing at a crossroads, the paths before you shrouded in uncertainty. You hesitate, not because you lack desire, but because doubt whispers in your ear. What if you fail? What if you're not good enough? These questions are the chains that hold us back, yet the only way to break free is to take responsibility for your life in every sense. Owning your journey is not about controlling everything. It's about acknowledging that your reactions, choices, and attitudes are within your grasp. When you stop blaming external circumstances or other people for where you are, a remarkable thing happens. You reclaim the power to change. Think about a moment when you felt stuck, whether in your career, a relationship, or even your health. Was it easier to point fingers to say, "It's not my fault," or did you pause to ask, "What can I do differently?" That pause, that shift in perspective, is where transformation begins. Taking responsibility doesn't mean blaming yourself for everything that goes wrong. It's about recognizing that while you can't control every situation, you can control your response to it. If you're unhappy in your job, have you explored new skills or opportunities? If a relationship feels distant, have you reached out with genuine care and effort? Change doesn't happen by accident. It's something you create through deliberate choices. Owning your life also means letting go of excuses. Excuses are comforting because they shield us from discomfort and effort, but they also keep us trapped. When you stop making excuses and start taking action, even small steps, you unlock the potential for growth. Each step forward, no matter how tiny, is a declaration, "I am in control of my life." Adapting to change is another cornerstone of taking ownership. Life is a constant state of flux, and resisting change only leads to frustration and stagnation. Picture a tree in the middle of a storm. The rigid branches snap under pressure, but the flexible ones bend and survive. In the same way, resilience isn't about standing unmoved in the face of change, but about learning to move with it, to adapt and evolve. Think of a time when life threw you an unexpected curveball. Perhaps you lost a job, faced a breakup, or had to abandon a long-cherished plan. In those moments, it's easy to feel like everything is falling apart. But if you look closer, you might see opportunities hidden in the rubble. Losing a job could be the push you need to start a new venture. A breakup might lead to a deeper understanding of yourself and what you need in a partner. Change is rarely easy, but it's often the birthplace of growth. The key to embracing change lies in shifting your perspective. Instead of seeing it as an obstacle, view it as a chance to grow. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger? This mindset doesn't just help you survive change, it helps you thrive in it. To navigate life's uncertainties, setting meaningful goals becomes essential. Goals act as lighthouses, guiding you through the fog. But not all goals are created equal. It's easy to set vague aspirations like be happier or get in shape, but these lack the clarity and direction needed to inspire action. Instead, focus on specific, measurable objectives. For example, exercise for 30 minutes 3 times a week, or read 1 book per month gives you a clear target to aim for. Meaningful goals align with your values and passions. They're not about impressing others, but about fulfilling your own potential. Take a moment to reflect on what truly matters to you. Is it spending more time with loved ones, advancing in your career, or exploring creative pursuits? When your goals resonate with your deepest desires, the motivation to pursue them comes naturally. Of course, even the best-laid plans can face setbacks. Life has a way of testing your resolve. But Stoicism teaches us that setbacks are not failures. They are opportunities to adapt and refine. If you can't achieve your goal in one way, find another. Injured and unable to run, shift your focus to yoga or meditation. Stuck in a career rut, take an online course or network with others in your field. The path may not always be straightforward, but perseverance will see you through. As you pursue your goals, one thing becomes clear. Success is not just about talent or luck. It's about the habits you cultivate. Habits are the building blocks of a meaningful life. They are the small, consistent actions that, over time, create lasting change. Imagine the impact of dedicating just 10 minutes a day to learning a new skill or practicing mindfulness. These moments may seem insignificant at first, but they add up to something profound. Building good habits starts with understanding your priorities. What activities bring you closer to the life you want? Once you've identified them, make them a non-negotiable part of your routine. Start small. If your goal is to read more, commit to just 1 page a day. If you want to save money, begin by setting aside a small amount each week. These small wins build momentum, making it easier to tackle bigger challenges. Financial stability, for example, often feels overwhelming, but it's built on the same principles of habit and discipline. Start by understanding your spending habits. Where is your money going? Are your purchases aligned with your values and goals? By creating a budget and sticking to it, you take control of your financial future. Over time, small changes, like cooking at home instead of eating out or setting up automatic savings, can lead to significant results. True financial freedom isn't about accumulating wealth for its own sake. It's about creating a life where money supports your goals rather than dictating them. It's the freedom to pursue passions, to give generously, and to live without constant stress about bills or debt. And just as with any other habit, the key is consistency. Each dollar saved or wisely spent is a step toward a life of stability and peace. As you cultivate these habits, you begin to see the bigger picture. Life isn't just about achieving personal success. It's about leaving a positive impact on the world. Your legacy isn't determined by the size of your bank account or the accolades you receive. It's defined by the lives you touch, the kindness you show, and the values you uphold. Imagine comforting a friend in their time of need, offering a listening ear and words of encouragement. To you, it might feel like a small act, but to them, it could mean the world. Or consider contributing to a cause you're passionate about, not for recognition, but because it aligns with your values. These moments of connection and purpose are what create a legacy worth remembering. Living with intention, embracing change, setting meaningful goals, and building positive habits all lead to a life that feels deeply fulfilling. It's not about chasing perfection or avoiding failure, but about showing up each day as your authentic self, ready to grow, learn, and contribute. This is how you create a life of significance, a life you can look back on with pride. The journey may be challenging, but every step forward is a testament to your strength and resilience. And that is the beginning of something truly extraordinary. Imagine for a moment standing in the stillness of a quiet forest, sunlight filtering through the leaves, a gentle breeze carrying the scent of earth and growth. In that moment, everything feels connected. Your breath, the rustling trees, the vibrant life around you. Nature, in all its simplicity, has a way of reminding us of the profound truths we often overlook. It teaches us resilience, balance, and the art of letting go, all without uttering a single word. We often forget the power of this connection in the rush of modern life, where screens replace sunrises and the hum of technology drowns out the songs of birds. But when we pause, even briefly, to immerse ourselves in nature, something shifts. The noise within us quiets, replaced by a deep sense of calm. It's as if the world whispers a simple truth. The chaos you carry isn't permanent, and the peace you seek has always been within reach. Consider the lessons nature teaches. A river doesn't fight the rocks in its path. It flows around them, finding a way forward. Trees shed their leaves in autumn, not clinging to what no longer serves them, but preparing for renewal. Even the stars remind us of our small yet significant place in a vast universe. These quiet teachers invite us to reflect, adapt, and grow, just as they do. When was the last time you truly listened to the wind, felt the warmth of the sun on your skin, or marveled at the intricate design of a single flower? These moments of connection don't require grand gestures or long trips. They are as close as a walk in the park or a moment spent gazing at the night sky. And in these moments, you find clarity. The problems that once felt insurmountable shrink in the face of nature's enduring wisdom. This clarity, however, isn't limited to the external world. It also extends to how we approach our inner lives. Often we carry burdens that aren't ours to bear or cling to expectations that leave us drained. But when you step back and observe your thoughts, as if they were leaves floating downstream, you realize you have the power to let go. Not every thought requires action, and not every feeling needs to be fixed. Sometimes acknowledging and releasing is enough. This isn't about ignoring life's challenges. It's about changing how you face them. Imagine someone stuck in traffic, frustration bubbling to the surface. They can't control the cars around them, but they can control their reaction. What if, instead of honking in anger or stewing in impatience, they took a deep breath and allowed themselves to simply be in the moment? The traffic remains, but the tension dissolves. This practice of presence, of accepting what is, doesn't come naturally in a world that constantly pulls us toward what's next. But the more you cultivate it, the more it becomes a source of strength. It's not about passivity, but about responding with clarity and purpose, instead of reacting impulsively. Over time, this shift creates a life that feels less hurried and more aligned with what truly matters. Imagine applying this mindset to relationships. How often do we react out of habit rather than intention? A sharp word from a loved one can trigger defensiveness or anger, but what if instead you paused and sought to understand their perspective? This small act of patience can transform conflict into connection, building bonds that are stronger and more enduring. Patience, like presence, is a skill that grows with practice. It's in the pause before reacting, the willingness to listen fully, and the grace to forgive, not just others, but also yourself. Think of the last time you made a mistake. Did you berate yourself or offer compassion? The way you treat yourself sets the tone for how you approach the world. When you learn to be patient with your own imperfections, you find it easier to extend that patience to others. This isn't about lowering your standards or excusing poor behavior. It's about recognizing that growth takes time and that setbacks are part of the process. Every stumble teaches you something valuable if you're willing to look for the lesson. The key is to keep moving forward, even when the path is unclear or the progress feels slow. Imagine a seed buried in the soil. It doesn't sprout overnight, nor does it grow into a towering tree in a single season. It requires time, nourishment, and care. In the same way, the changes you seek in your life won't happen instantly, but with persistence and patience, those small, steady efforts will yield profound results. And as you grow, you'll discover the importance of simplicity. We live in a culture that equates more with better, more possessions, more achievements, more distractions. But what if the opposite were true? What if having less clutter, less noise, less striving, allowed you to experience more of what truly matters? Simplicity doesn't mean deprivation, it means clarity. It's the freedom to focus on what adds value to your life and let go of what doesn't. This might mean decluttering your home, saying no to commitments that drain you, or reassessing goals that no longer align with your values. Every act of simplifying creates space for joy, for peace, for the things that make life meaningful. Imagine your mind as a glass of muddy water. When constantly stirred by busyness and stress, it's hard to see clearly. But when you let it settle, the mud sinks and the water becomes clear. Simplicity is the act of letting your life settle, allowing you to see what's truly important. As you simplify, you'll find it easier to connect with gratitude. Gratitude isn't just a fleeting feeling. It's a practice that transforms how you see the world. Instead of focusing on what's missing or wrong, you begin to notice what's abundant and right. This shift doesn't just make you happier, it makes you more resilient. When challenges arise, gratitude helps you find the silver lining. A tough day at work becomes an opportunity to grow. A difficult conversation reveals the depth of a relationship. Even setbacks carry lessons that, in hindsight, often prove invaluable. Gratitude doesn't erase hardship, but it does give you the strength to endure it. So, as you move forward, remember this: life isn't about racing to a finish line or achieving perfection. It's about showing up each day with presence, patience, and purpose. It's about embracing the messiness of growth, the beauty of simplicity, and the power of gratitude. And it's about recognizing that you are always a work in progress, flawed yet worthy, imperfect yet whole. The journey isn't always easy, but it's the only one worth taking. As you near the end of this journey, reflect on the lessons you've uncovered and the quiet strength you've begun to cultivate. Life, with all its twists and turns, isn't about reaching a singular destination, but about becoming more aware, more resilient, and more aligned with the values that truly matter to you. It's a path that invites you to walk steadily, one step at a time, with purpose guiding your way. Every choice you make, no matter how small, carries the power to shape your life. When you choose to embrace discipline, prioritize health, or let go of perfectionism, you aren't just changing habits, you're rewriting your story. The same applies to how you approach challenges. Instead of resisting change or fearing failure, you've learned to adapt, to let go of what you can't control, and to trust in your ability to persevere. This shift extends to how you connect with others and yourself. You now understand that relationships rooted in authenticity and respect nourish the soul, while toxic ties only drain it. You've realized the importance of setting boundaries, not as walls to keep others out, but as gates to protect your peace and let in what adds value. And as you simplify your life, focusing on what truly matters, you've discovered the richness of gratitude, a daily practice that turns even the simplest moments into treasures. It's in the warmth of a smile, the calm of a sunset, or the quiet joy of knowing you've done your best. Gratitude doesn't require grand gestures. It thrives in presence and perspective. Now, as you stand here, stronger and steadier than before, remember that this journey is ongoing. There will be days of doubt, setbacks that challenge your resolve, and moments where the road ahead feels unclear. But in those times, draw upon the wisdom you've gained. You have everything you need within you to rise, to grow, and to keep moving forward. Life isn't a race, nor is it a competition. It's an ever-evolving masterpiece, shaped by your choices, your values, and the legacy you choose to leave behind. So, take a deep breath, embrace the unknown, and step boldly into your next chapter. This is your time. Live it fully.